Just let make a little movie on the darkness. Maybe it's interesting, right? So, what I can say, actually, there are many things I could talk about, and it's difficult to catch the most important one that can reach you at this moment. I mean, we can say many things. It's more easy to tell things actually than do it, right? Even if you do it, to keep constance on doing it, that is the most difficult thing. The only main important thing I can say that everyone is the same in terms of wishing deeply to be happy and not experience even the slightest difficult circumstance, and also, yeah, everybody of us wish to be special, right? We want people speak nicely of us, people consider us. In reality, it's not so important what the people think about us, because what is I'll say is not the way people consider us that make the way we are. Also because mind is something that does not always reflect the expression of our face. For example, if you take, for example, myself, from when I was a child, sometimes I look sad or angry. This doesn't mean I never get sad or angry, but sometimes that my face does not really reflect my mental state. So in the same way, some people look very kind, very nice, but inside the motivation maybe is not good, right? And some people, they look very rough and not nice, and the way they speak and talk looks quite aggressive, right? But maybe they are good-hearted. So this is the proof that the mind of others, for us, is a hidden thing. We cannot see it. We cannot really see it. We cannot experience it. So because we cannot do that in the same way, the others cannot do the same with us. So everyone has a way to perceive in accordance to their own way of perception, their own predispositions, their own experience. So if we base our way of being in accordance the way the peoples consider us, then it will be really unpractical. You understand? So it's very important that we become the key of our perception. The main consideration of us has to come from ourselves, because in the way we are, we only can understand if it makes us happy. On the top of this, by coming back to what I was telling you at the beginning, everyone wishes to be special, right? So if we look as a singularity, as a single being, in comparison to all the people who are around us, to pretend to be special is a quite funny, right? So I not say that anybody can not be special. I think anyone can be special in his own way, but we have to understand how to make this again practical. Okay, because we have many ideas what we are, what we feel, how people should treat us. We have ideas how people are, but around all those ideas, okay, what actually works and what doesn't work, okay, where those ideas come out, do they come from an stable reasoning, stable logic, even if it is just conceptual, just living in the frame of a conceptual reality, it doesn't mean you cannot catch a level of how things exist. You can do it. We can do with math, right? You cannot see math with your eyes, you cannot touch it, but logically with your thoughts you can reach some understanding and it works, right? So even if you don't get it through your own direct experience, even your own thought and feeling, just your thinking, you can reach some level of reality. So it doesn't mean everything you think has to be wrong. It doesn't mean that thinking itself is wrong. But in the majority of the time, we don't know how to recognize analyzing our thinking, and we keep for granted everything which comes in our mind. So because of that, this is the moment, okay, this is the moment we have to start to enter inside ourselves, inside our thinking, our thoughts. That is the moment. And that is the moment when we start to focus what happens in our mind and not so much what other people think about us. And that is the moment that when we start to watch what happens in our mind, then slowly we start to not trust what we see on others. And when we start to not trust what we see on others, then we start to have a feeling that the majority of level of reality we perceive is not there, is not outside. And when we have this strong perception that we are the key of everything, at that moment we start to recognize what is happening on other people. So we are the key of everything. We are the key of discover ourselves. We are the key to understand how to stop our useless suffering. This is the most important step. The world itself does not have time. We don't know how much time we have. But because of that, we always have time to watch our mind. Why? Because the mind is the only thing which is always with us.